Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
It is said that education is the key to success. The Grenada Development Bank believes this to be the truth. Hence the reason we have made it our prerogative to ensure that your key is in safe hands with us. Here is how you can unlock your success with an education loan from the GDB. We offer you 3 loan options. We've got our regular student loan, our work-study student loan, and our special student loan. Our regular student loan is for persons who wish to pursue full-time tertiary level education. If you are a permanent employee who wish to study while continuing your employment, then our work-study loan is for you. Our special student loan is in collaboration with the Government of Grenada, geared towards vulnerable persons who would like to pursue higher level education. Remember, you must have proof of admission from a recognized institution here at home or abroad. All our loans are 100% financing with interest rates as low as 5%. Get your funding from GDB today for your tertiary level education, your technical training or vocational training, even professional development, with up to 12 years to repay. Your future success is today. Grab it now.
There's so much going on with the NNP, and we're just getting started. From candidate launches to contests, events, and breaking news, be in the know. Get notified first about big events and announcements. Plus, we're here to listen. We want to hear from you. Leave us a comment, tell us what's working and what's not. Like what we're doing? Let us know. The NNP is working for you. Interact with us on Facebook. Come on, Grenada, get connected. Like us on Facebook/NNP Grenada and keep moving.
The most anticipated, talked about event of 2018. On the 8th day of the 8th month, 2018. Concept Events presents Pre-Day, Ladies First, the Black Edition 3.0. 8 international acts, 8 local superstars. Pre-Day. Grenada National Stadium, August 8, 2018. $50 advance tickets, $60 after. More at the door. VIP $450, catered by Sandals Grenada Resort and Spa. Reserve yours today. Tickets online at gotofet.com. Stay tuned for more. Pre-Day, Ladies First.
This year's Spice Mass climaxes on August 13th and 14th. It is an event you just cannot afford to miss. I am Tamaya Manu, Miss Grenada 2017, inviting you to the festivities, the shortney and all the different traditional mass, the fancy mass, the Monday night mass, and as Specky say, the best part of Carnival, the Juve. Spice Mass 2018 is one that's going to be fun, epic, unforgettable. Miss Grenada 2017 Tamaya Monroe inviting you to the Carnival Queen Show on August 9th, 2018 to witness the 7 beautiful ladies contesting for the title Miss Grenada 2018. It is an event that you cannot afford to miss. Miss Grenada said so.
This one is for mommy. You play your part and you still playing your part. I love you from my heart, mommy. You lost and love your body. Won't wait till you depart. This one's from my heart. So I can do what I want. Watch them, make me jump and sing. Watch them, cast up on body balancing. Watch them, whining in and out of time with them spread out and go like cake when I sing. Watch them, when them over and start back it up. Watch them, make the thing explode if it up. Watch them, oh Lord, I am tempted to touch when them legs apart and them open it up and say, whoa, this party I have plenty thing. Oh Lord, I say, say, fuck my riches fast. Smash the bed total.
Greetings, people. It's a two-time groovy monarch, the man himself, Dash, the lyrical assassin, the groove man. 2 years in a row I've been capturing the groovy monarch of Grenada, going for the third year to create history. So come and witness on the night now. Come and enjoy, because remember, we grooving. And over the years, we know groovy monarch has been growing. Performance, the energy, the stage, everything just been different over the years.
You understand? And so they can look in best. Sing them. I feel I go home again. Keep up it. You are the best. Keep up it. No personal. All on the road, inside the bank.
So come out on the 10th and witness pure energy, pure vibes, music, bacchanal, rags, flags. Witness history as I go for the third one, to defend and to bring it home, back to the Ville. Remember, down the road, where we go, in 118, the 120 zone. Out!
Pop your fist and move or you wanna move. Let we make them go. What's the mail and thing for the easy go. None of them are ready for the catastrophe. I got you.
Look up now! Watch up now! My name is Jalen Olive, better known as Boise, better known as the Madras, your cultural ambassador, 4-time Soca Monarch of Grenada, 2 times OECS Monarch and 2 times Road Match, inviting you to Spice Mass 2018. This will be the one to experience. Well, Carnival Friday night is the biggest night, because guess what? 1 stage, 1 night, 2 competitions, groovy and power. And guess what? Your artist may be the one. You never know. Come out and see who take the title. Foreigners come down to see it. Enough vibes, enough energy. Rag, flag, bandanas. It's pandemonium on that night, so you don't know. I mean, I will be defending on that night, so make sure and be there. Carnival Friday night, so come on. Number 5.
Johnny! They put your hand up in the air. Rag up in the air. Put your flag up in the air. Put the gun up in the air. Put the gun. 1, 2, put the gun. So come on.
Father's flames, fight your fears and heal your pain, and victory will be in your name.
I used to be weak, but I'm not weak no more. I found the strength of my ancestors deep down in my African core. I used to be frightened, I'm not afraid no more. Warrior soul. So no weapon that harm against I.
Now let's try that again. Good morning to you, Grenada, Carrie, Kupiti, Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott. Yeah, flying solo this morning. Yeah. This week it's been like that, man. It's 1 man in, 1 man out for the week this week.
Yes, I will conquer.
Happens from time to time.
Let's conquer. No, I will conquer. Rise up and conquer them.
Let me say a very special good morning to my usual co-host Devon Romain. He's not in with us this morning.
Almighty God, my prayer.
And also let me offer my humblest condolences to him.
This morning, first thing as I wake up, King David told some to the world.
And to the family of the officer who would have drowned, I believe drowned yesterday. In the St. Andrew area.
Empty, God, fill it up. Don't take the devil contract, rip it up. And if
happens to be Devon's nephew.
Pass me the Congo, Jama, let me beat it up. God and my side, me no give it so no weapon.
So Hard Talk family, those of you with his number and thing, give him a look, a call and thing,
None shall not prevail. And no man that rise against us.
Yeah, the camera down today.
Cause I will conquer. No, I will conquer. Yes, I will conquer them. Come on,
I mean, when somebody dies, come on, Ollie, let's respect the person. And this kind of, seen a sort of nonsense flying all over the place about this, that, the other, and that sort of thing. And people rejoicing that a police officer. Come on, man. Come on. Let me say a very special good morning to the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force. No matter which department of the Royal Grenada Police Force you are in, good morning to you.
Shall lead my part in the wind. I hear you quiet.
You could be in the Coast Guard, you could be in the tailor shop,
even some of us
Drug Squad,
and the pray for right to feel and remember you
FIU,
begotten son, but we gave him the word of life. Send down your
whichever department, traffic department. Let me say a special good morning to you.
no matter how the devil try trick me.
I see you had a rough one, they were seeing it all over Facebook. I see a rough one there.
I can see the high tide waves.
One of the things I've learned in life is never to judge an entire situation by a 30-minute or 1 minute, 30-second or 1 minute clip. Yeah? I think a lot of us on social media need to take that approach. Don't judge an entire situation by a 30-second or a 1 minute clip. So I'm not going to be judgmental one way or the other. That's for the court system to do.
Come on, let's conquer. Oh, I will conquer. Rise up and conquer. Conquer them. I am a man. I am a champion. I am a warrior.
Yes, indeed.
To tell me that I can.
Yeah, so you can't judge an entire situation based on a short clip that you see online, because it may give a wrong impression one way or the other of exactly what has taken place, what is taking place. Once again, let me say a special good morning to all the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, the prison service. We know that those of you, especially those of you on pass today, you're listening. So a special good morning to all the prison officers, male and female.
The Father bless me with the heart.
Shout out to the guys on lockdown.
So no weapon that form against us.
The guys, a special good morning to the police officers, whether you're in immigration. Yeah, immigration would have never forgive me if I didn't shout them out this morning. So remember, folks, you got until next week Friday to bring in your to apply for your passport at the present price. So you've got up until next week, not tomorrow, but next week Friday, to apply for the passport at the present price. That's the $125. After that, for the following week, no passport applications will be accepted. That's between the 9th of July and the 13th of July. No new passport applications will be accepted during that point in time. So if you have an emergency, you know your passport is expired, and you have an emergency, and you know you need to travel within that time, don't go to Monday trying to make a passport application expecting to get a passport that week. They will not accept the application. Yeah, and you will not be able to get that travel document that week. All right. From the following week, though, they will be processing the new types of passport. That's the e-passports, and you can apply for that. I believe that's the week starting on the 16th, Monday the 16th. You can apply for the new passport at the new rate as well. It's going to be $175 for the new passports. That's the e-passports as of the 16th. So remember again, you can apply at the $125 today, tomorrow, next week Monday to next week Friday, right? Even if you apply next week Friday, you could collect the printed passport probably the following week, right? But they will not be accepting new applications in the week the 9th to day 13th. No new applications for a Grenada passport will be accepted anywhere that they do accept payments and so forth at the embassies overseas and consulates and so on, and the local branches. They will not be accepting the applications. So if you know you have an emergency or you need to travel within that space of time and your passport has expired, you need to do that now. Other than that, you'll have to wait the 1 week. And I'm saying it over and over every day, because you don't want someone to go between the 9th and the 13th, not be able to get the passport, and then decide they're going to try and blast the immigration department and blast the passport office and then blast the government and all this sort of thing. Is saying it before, a new system is being put in place. New machinery, new equipment, a new system of application, everything. And due to that, you would have to spend a week where no one would be able to apply for passports, and then there'll be the week that comes afterwards where you can start again. It's not going to take the 3 days in the initial stage. It might take a little longer than that. So make sure that you apply in advance for the passports, because it's not going to take the 3 days. Sometimes you have 3 days, you get a passport in 3 days, and so it may take a little longer in the initial stages before the system starts to work a little smoother, and then you may be able to get it in a shorter space of time than 3 days. All right, nice.
I want to say thank you, Lord.
It's a long time since I've played this one. Let me play a song here. Yeah.
Thank Father.
Sometimes you have to break it down a little bit. So let me play this one.
Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show my salvation.
The workers of iniquity dig a pit for me. Now they're waiting for me to fall in, trying to take me bread and butter with lies and propaganda, but they're fooling, they're only fooling. I will not be afraid of what man can do to me. Man, you see, is only vanity. You see, who God bless no man can. He shall never hunger or thirst. Who God bless no man shall ever curse. He shall be first. He shall be first.
Yes, indeed. 4407377. Sometimes you just have to remind people, yeah? Again, our condolences to the families associated with the officer who would have lost his life yesterday.
Now it reached maturity and gained popularity. Some of them claiming.
Condolences of the New National Party family, the Hard Talk family.
The short truth always prevails finally.
I know you'll hear something directly from the government of Grenada, Minister of National Security. Folks, and as of Monday, we have a new acting COP, Mr. Edwin Martin. Yeah, boss, again, your challenges from the time you're coming in, man. Wow, man. Yeah, no, it's difficult. It's difficult. I know we also have to congratulate the soon to be retired Commissioner of Police, Mr. Oh boy, this gentleman has done such a lot, Commissioner James. Yeah, Commissioner Winston James. Grenada couldn't be receiving all these sort of accolades, and so if the leadership was not there in place, along with the wonderful men and women within the police service, to ensure that Grenada remains nice and calm and peaceful. One of the things you always hear from people when they tell you about Grenada, outside of it being beautiful, is that it's so peaceful. That's one of the first things you always hear. It follows right on to it, yeah?
The foundation is from you see, oh God bless no man curse. He shall never hunger or thirst. Oh God bless no man shall ever curse. He shall be first. He shall be first.
Say good morning to the staff down there at the ministerial complex. Yeah, from floor number 1 going straight. Like the other day, I made a mistake. I go and I said good morning to the staff at the ministerial complex, and I started to call out different areas. I didn't call out Ministry of Works. I got a message. Ministry of Works is listening. So good morning. I started with the Ministry of Works today. Good morning to the staff there at the Ministry of Works. Also a special good morning to the staff at the Prime Minister's Ministry. From the ladies at the front desk to the ladies down there in the financial department, those of you in the home office, good morning to all of you. the permanent secretaries, those of you down in DPA, those of you in GIS. A special glorious Grenadian good morning to each and every one of you. Let me shout out my good boy Tighty. Yeah, man. Royal Titus, good morning to you. I hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning, my brother, and everything is going your way. Continue doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Yeah, nice, beautiful, man. Security front desk, good morning. To the officers that are based over there at the ministerial complex, good morning to you as well. Grenada could not receive its wonderful ratings if it were not for you. Yeah? Yeah, it's people like you that have been doing an excellent job. Nice? Yeah. So continue doing an excellent job. Remember who God bless.
Burning the midnight oil, creating something from nothing. Now it reached maturity and gained popularity. Some of them claiming it's their own thing, but a short truth always prevails finally. So the death of lies and deceit is a certainty. You see, who God bless, no man curse. He shall never hunger or thirst. Who God bless, no man shall ever curse. He shall be first. He shall be first.
Yes, and the phone lines are 440-7377. Yeah, that's the phone number for you to get on the inside. Yeah, that's if you're here in Grenada, 440-7377. And if you're outside of Grenada, you're out there in Canada or the US, 347-329-3101. Let me say a special good morning to all of you that are on the live this morning. I don't know why my live keep going to the end and not to the top. Yeah, so anyhow, a special good morning to each and every one of you. Sonia, Louisa, Rhonda, Linda, Hannah, Terry, Chris, Cheryl, Betty. Let me see who is there again. Lulu, good morning. Yeah, all right. Yeah, Joseph, good morning. Kathleen, good morning. Agnes, good morning to you. Blossom, a wonderful English good morning to you. Clement, good morning, bro. Crystalline, Tracy, Alicia, Brenda, and Brenda. Morning to both of you. Junior, good morning as well. Yeah, hope all of you are having a wonderful day. Kimberly, good morning to you. Hope you're having a fabulous day today. Hope everything is going your way. Yeah. Yeah, we're coming up onto Spice Mass.
Oh, Mr. Music, that's my day. Asking me, Jamo, how you love music so.
Remember, folks, a little later this year,
because I don't know.
going to be going into the issue of the Caribbean Court of Justice. We'll be looking at a referendum a little later this year at that particular issue. Listening to the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress on Tuesday, he was saying that they do support the issue of the Caribbean Court of Justice. At least he's making the statement. I'm looking for the actual action. Because he also said that they're willing to work along with government and they're willing to play their part, etc., etc. But listen, I can say this very clearly. After the 2013 general election, the NDC were invited to be part of the social partners. They refused. Recently, after the March 13th general election, another letter was dispatched to the National Democratic Congress by the government, again inviting them to become part of the social partnership. Up to today, and today is the 28th day of June no response has been sent to the government of Grenada from the National Democratic Congress, not even acknowledging that they have received that letter inviting them to be part of the social compact.
Whether you from space or another race, I still know how to make you move your waist, Lord. I'm a music man. Even if you judge me,
and to let you know a bit of what the social partners, because now you hear the social partners and you wonder, social partners, that's just a talk shop. No. The social partners, where the unions and the churches and the non-governmental organizations together with government meet, they discuss national issues and they offer varying perspectives on issues here in Grenada. So it could be the issue, for instance, of pensions. And you know the unions would offer their perspective, the churches and the NGOs would offer their perspective, and government offers their perspective. And it helps government to put in place better policies. So in other words, it's not that government just decides or cabinet just decides that, look, this is what we're doing on issue A, or this is what we're doing on issue B, and that's the end of it. But the social partners get their say into that particular policy, because when you're in an organization or when you're in a group, you may be in a group with similar persons or similar thinking and so on. So you may see things from one perspective. Now with the social partnership, it allows people of different perspectives to offer their particular view, their individual perspectives on an issue. So what it does is it enhances policy development. It enhances, it makes it better when you're developing policies. It enhances the process of policy development, and it enhances the policies that are developed because you have interacted with other people when developing. Yeah? So that the churches may say, well, I don't agree with this particular issue, but I can understand why you would like to do that, and therefore I'll support it. Or the unions may say, listen, we agree or we don't agree on this particular issue. Yeah? And we think that you ought to forget that. There may have been things that went to the social partners that government would have thought, listen, this is in the best interest, this is the best way to go. And the social partners may have said, no, we don't think so. We think you need to adjust your thinking on this particular issue. We think you need to add this in, or we think you need to take this out from that particular policy decision that you're making or what you're about to implement. And because of the social partners, because of their input and giving those different perspectives, is why the structural adjustment program that was put in place by the new National Party government after we came in office in 2013 has been so successful. They have been able to offer differing perspectives. They have been able to offer a different viewpoint to these issues, and that has helped. That has helped tremendously. Yeah? Nice. Beautiful.
Mr. Music.
It's not that everybody will agree.
Mr. Music.
But it's that you take the different perspectives into consideration. And this is why, after winning all the seats in 2013, the new National Party offered the opportunity to the National Democratic Congress to get their perspectives. So instead of going out there and speaking about things and saying, well, we don't know and we haven't heard, they would have been able to say, we said to the government, don't do that within the social partners, and the government went ahead and did it. Or we were the ones that came up with this perspective to that particular policy that we believe enhanced it. They would have been able to say that. But again, they refused. Between 2013 and 2018, they refused. And were offered the opportunity again. Offered the opportunity again. And didn't even have the decency to write back and acknowledge that they've received the letter and it's under consideration. Yeah? That's the sort of thing that we have to deal with. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. Leslie, good morning to you, bro. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. And Gavin, good morning to you as well. I hope that you are having a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day today. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day today. Folks, remember the rains have started. So it's all the more important to keep your surroundings clean. All the more important. Remember, you have those situations if you have the garbage around, even though it's not on your property but a property near to you, this morning, where you will end up with mosquitoes in your property. Yes, so you have to do a community thing. You have to clean up those areas, huh? This morning, the bottles and the cans and the plastic bags and all these sort of things that retain water. When the rain falls, it retains water and it causes the situation where you could end up with mosquitoes. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Yes, you're live, caller. Go right ahead.
Hello?
Yes, you're live, caller. Go right ahead.
Yeah. I was listening to a program couple days ago, radio program, and I heard one calling the Prime Minister of this country a moral. Is that okay for a radio host to be doing and teaching the children to disrespect the Prime Minister of this country?
I do not
put a stop to this.
I do not think that is a good thing to be doing. I do not believe in that sort of behavior. I think it is something that but the thing is this, the political organization that associates itself with that sort of behavior have paid a heavy price for it at the polls just a few months ago, have paid a heavy price for that sort of, and if they don't change their behavior, it's just going to happen to them again.
But I don't understand. I mean, this is total disrespecting the highest man in this land. He's the Prime Minister, and there you are calling him a Morocco. He's going to mess and piss on himself. Something should be done. Something should be done because this is, way too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
All right, caller. Thank you so very much.
All right.
And I'll say this about that. Now, we know they have a hatred for Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. We know they have a hatred for him. He's loved by many, but we know that those individuals that carry out that sort of behavior, it's all because of a H that as big as the Hollywood sign. Yeah, the one on the Hollywood sign, big so hate. That's what they hold, even bigger than that. They hold a lot of hate. But look at the track record of the individual they hate. The most successful politician, not only in the Caribbean, but possibly in the Commonwealth. Because nowhere else in the Commonwealth of Nations can any political leader state that they have won all of the seats 3 times. There's no, there are 2 in the Caribbean that can say that they won all of the seats once. But you can't even find someone in the Commonwealth to state that they have won all of the seats twice, much less 3 times. And when we say in the Commonwealth here, it means you're speaking about India, you're speaking about Australia, New Zealand, you're speaking about the African continent, those countries that were under British rule, like Nigeria and so on. And nowhere can any of them say that they have a politician that has been so successful that he's been able to clean sweep twice from being in government, which is extremely difficult, because when you're in government, there are certain expectations. Yeah, so it's always difficult, but once from opposition. She has shown the flexibility to be able to achieve what some people may have believed are the unachievables. He's been able to achieve that, and he showed that he's been able to achieve it from in government and also from opposition. But additionally, when you look at the state of Grenada and what has been done between the years 1995 to present, and you realize the development that have taken place. When you're speaking about sport development, just throw your mind back to what existed in Queen's Park. Yeah, the galvanized thing that Wade and them used to go and climb under. Yeah, Wade climb under one, and then when you reach inside, you realize the activity was free. Yeah, you go and you climb under the fence, you dig, reach into the activity in Queen's Park, only to realize the activity was free anyway, that you're probably closed for nothing. And wait, nice, yeah. So, understanding what we had in Queen's Park and what we've got there now, we had, right, 2 stadia there before Hurricane Ivan came. And we're able to have 2 new stadia there. Remember what we had that passed as a general hospital in this country. Remember what we had there. That old colonial building that used to be on top the hill there. That many of you who are listening right now, I wasn't born there, but many of you were born in. Yeah, the old colonial building that was there. That, thank goodness, wasn't around when Hurricane Ivan had hit, because then would have been a totally different story. But you had the refurbishment, the building of the new hospital facility there, and then after some people took 4.5 years to laugh and joke and point at a metal structure to see what you have there within the space of 5 years, what you've got there now. The phase 2, the diagnostic and emergency center that's being put up there under the leadership of the Honorable Nicholas Steele.
Sheldon, good morning. How are you?
I'm quite fine. How are you?
Sheldon, something I want to say. Sheldon, when you see people hate you, and I have a hate for it, anything that you say and do to help better the living condition of people, they see it as something negative. Right? And what haters does, the people that you're trying to help and people that really you love you, they're trying to put them against you. Right? And Brother Sheldon, I want the Grenadian people to know, Dr. Mitchell is a man that is loved by the people, and he cares about people. And Dr. Mitchell said, not unless what will he legalize marijuana. And do they have a go down to that he trying to legalize that? But that is far from the truth. Right? What the man said that, okay, like, you know, in life sometimes we live on the small, the bigger things, and we go behind the minor things. Right? There are things, the greater things that we could focus on, and small things. Right? Well, so what haters do? They're trying to mislead people and make people think that is what the man said. Right? And I want the Grenadian people to know we have to listen to ourselves and think for ourselves. Don't let haters think for us and to mislead us, because you have to know that once they hate you, they will anything you have to say to help better people living condition. They go sell something bad and will try to mislead people. I want the Grenadian people to stay focused and believe in that Prime Minister, because this Prime Minister will never lead and legalize marijuana. Right? He always say we have to work. He want the work he will get, and he make the environment right for people to get more work. Right? Not work in growing marijuana and dealing with illegal things. And brother Sheldon, I want to say you have a good day. God bless you. Well, I heard you want to win again. Tuesday evening?
South St. George, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, South St. George, take it again, man.
All right, so you have a good day.
All right, thank you.
God bless you, Sheldon.
All right. Thanks. Yeah, and I know my good friend there, he's pulled up an image of what we had before. Yeah, that's what we had. That's what we had. Yeah, and some people would continue, yeah, to make it look like nothing has been done by the new National Party and so on. This is what we had. That was our national stadium. That's where if the likes of Brian Lara and them had to come and play cricket, that's where they would have to go and play. Yeah, you think we would be having things like ESPN and so on, like with the Grenada Invitationals, coming to Grenada to see any sports taking place in that facility? But the vision of the new National Party gave us the two wonderful stadia that we have there right now. Yeah, the cricket and the athletic and football stadia that are there right now. It's the vision of the new National Party that gave us that. But you know, there are people that still they prefer to have the old Queen's Park. They prefer to have the galvanized thing and all those sort of things there, you know. But they attack Dr. Mitchell and they say all sorts of things about him. But they will not acknowledge the achievements that have been done. Yes, there's work to be done again, because success and achievement is a continuing process. It's not a road that has an end to it. It's a continuing process. So you know, the West Coast Road was done. The East Coast Road was done. Yes, there's work that has to be done on both of them again. But they had been done by the new National Party administration. You look at Carriacou and what has taken place on... Yes, Hannah is remembering jumping up and down on the bleachers, breaking down the bleachers in the old Queen Park. You can't break down what they're right now, though. Yeah, you ain't breaking down that. I can tell you that one. Yeah, go and jump on it. See if you don't damage the ligaments in your foot. Yeah, but looking at Carriacou, my first time in Carriacou would have been in the year 1994. It's the first time I'd have gone to Carriacou. And Carriacou in 1994 and Carriacou now in 2018 are two totally different places. Yeah? Two totally different places. And again, we have to congratulate people like the Honorable Elvin Nimrod, the parliamentary representative between 1999 and 2018, and ensuring that Karaku, and there's the person that I got that word fair share from, because I heard it so much from I heard those words, fair share, so much from the Honorable Elvin Nimrod, in always making sure that Karaku gets its fair share. And anyone who has spent significant amounts of time around the Honorable Elvin G. Nimrod would always remember that term, Karaku gets its fair share. It come like once you say that, you know it's the Honorable Elvin Nimrod saying it. Yeah? Because he always spoke of Karaku getting its fair share. And right now, in both Karaku and Petit Martinique, we have the desalination plants that are up and running and providing clean drinking water for the people of both islands. Yeah, I saw that the Honorable Kindra Mathurin Stewart, she had a team out there clearing some of the ponds so that when the rains start, you can have that source of water as well. Yeah? So a lot of things are taking place in Karaku. You had the further development of the airfield in Karaku. You now have that major port development. And those of you, Mr. Technical Man, those of you that have not seen that port development in Karaku, check my Facebook page. Pull it up there and show them, man. Yeah, it's on Rena's page as well. Good morning, Rena. Yeah. Good morning, little Rena. Good morning, and most of all, good morning to you, Curtis. And Curtis, we know you're listening. We know you're listening, Curtis. But those of you that may have not seen it, there's a major port development taking place in Harveyville in Karaku. Major port development, and the technical guy is going to pull it up in a little while on the live for those of you that may not have seen it. But there's a major port development taking place in Karaku, administrative offices and all of that. And they already have people training and so to man and staff these different departments. And in the same area that when the NDC came in, they stalled the entire project up there in Harveyville until when they went up there for the rope military equipment that was there rusting. And they did not see the necessity of that going forward. Poor Primo, I know you try, brother. Primo, I know you try. Was to see the state of the area and now to see what it has come to and what it would mean for the people of Karaku and Petit Martinique. And also creating that avenue now for inter-island transport instead of people having to go into Hillsborough and jumping off and on the boat and so on the jetty that they're right now, offering the opportunity for people who want to go to Karaku and are coming out of Karaku. This new port facility will be offering the opportunity for the people of Karaku and Petit Martinique to have safe, easy, accessible transport in and out of Karaku via sea. And only on Monday, I believe it's making a trip tomorrow again. It's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, leaving Grenada 5:30. Leaving Grenada 5:30 from the CARICOM jetty. I'm not sure if it's from the CARICOM jetty, but there's a new vessel as well that's going between Karaku and Grenada and Karaku and Grenada. And it also offers the facilities for people who have medical emergencies and so as well. Because that has always been a concern for the people in Karaku, that you have someone who needs to get medical treatment, but then you have to be lifting them on in a kind of way to put them on the osprey to bring them down, or you have to basically rent the whole of the, what it is called, the little plane, right? Rent the whole of that plane to get them down. And folks, for those of you that may not have seen it before, if you're on the live, that's on Hard Talk Grenada. If you're on the live, you'll be seeing some pictures of the facility up there in Karaku. Yeah, that's the port project up there in Karaku. And note, that was stalled by the NDC when they were in office. They're coming to you now and according to my grandmother, they're smiling like a Cheshire cat. Yeah, smiling like a Cheshire cat. But this is what they didn't want for the people of Karaku and Petit Martinique. They didn't want it. They stopped that. It took the new National Party to come back in office to make sure that the project could have gotten to this stage right now, with the administrative buildings for customs and so on, and storage facilities and everything. So the people in Carriacou, instead of you have to send a container directly down to Grenada from wherever, and that container you have to bulk it down here now, you have to break it apart, and then try to send everything up to Carriacou differently. Now, they're putting in place a facility where the containers can go directly to the port in Carriacou. Yeah? So these are the things where you look at Carriacou again. Yeah? And you see that road network around the island. It's not perfect. But a lot of people, when they go to Carriacou, they're amazed. Especially if you've been out for a significant amount of time and you go back to Carriacou. Yes, there is work to do. But a lot has been done. And a lot more is coming. Yeah? They could go and burn, yeah, they go and burn the machine the last time. But you have that housing project that is coming for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. That housing project in Dunfermline. So you're not, Lord, yeah, me Dunfermline. Dunfermline is down here, not Dunfermline. Dumfries. So you have that housing project that's coming there. And even when you look at the parliament of our country and the amount of representation that comes from people from the Sister Isle, you have the Honorable Simon Steele, the Honorable Norland Cox, Senator the Honorable Simon Steele, Senator the Honorable Norland Cox. You have Senator Kate Skeeter Lewis, who also has a Carriacou connection. She has a lot of family over there. So Skeeter, yes, Skeeter does have a lot of family in Carriacou and very close family to her. When you talk about pumpkin vine thing day. Yeah? You have the minister, the Honorable Kendra Mathurin Stewart. So you have several people who have a close Carriacou connection. So a lot has been happening for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Petit Martinique, they've got the playing field. It's an ongoing process, but they've now started the process. Mr. DeCall, good morning. They have that process of getting that playing field in place with the pavilions and bathroom and so on for the people of Petit Martinique, and the desalination plant for the people of Petit Martinique. So there are things that have been happening. So when you hear these people hating on Dr. Mitchell and hating on the new National Party, they're hating on your achievements, not your faults. They're hating on your achievements because they're just vexed. Do you think they don't want the people of Petit Martinique to get a playing field? They want it. You think they don't want the people in Petit Martinique to get a desalination plant and be getting water and that sort of thing? They want it. But you know their main problem is that it's happening under the new National Party. That is their problem. They vex. They feel sour because these achievements are taking place under an NNP government. And they can't point to anything in Carriacou and say this was done by the NDC. And you know, I missed out a main one in Carriacou. I'm surprised nobody messaged me and tell me about that one. The mini stadium in Carriacou that has created that impetus with the young athletes in Carriacou and Petit Martinique who are now doing so exceptionally well that one of these days, do not be surprised to see the Intercol trophy going up on the Osprey, or what's the name of that new boat there? The MV what? The MV Dolly C. Do not be, show them the MV Dolly C when you get a chance, Mr. Technical Man. So the time with the, now that they have the mini stadium in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they usually have sport meets now where they invite people from Bequia and so on, the other Grenadine islands to come over, and they have sports meets in Carriacou. And you've been seeing some wonderful athletes coming out from Carriacou, be it in field events or on the tracks. You've been seeing some athletes coming out from Carriacou, even in cricket. And we continue to speak about young Emmanuel Stewart, who has done exceptionally well from a small Grenadine island as Carriacou, who has been on the world stage representing the West Indies in the under-19 squad. Has been, and don't be surprised to see him on the adult team in years to come. But he's been on the under-19 squad. I think even captain at a point in time. the under-19 squad. So you're seeing these things. And yet still, they hate Dr. Mitchell and they hate the new National Party. But you have seen the achievements. When Carriacou comes down now, nobody says that Carriacou coming down for intercall and they ain't bothering with them. They're afraid. They're afraid. Some of those big teams, they're afraid. And Anglican High School, afraid. NGBSS, afraid. SAS. St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville had to try anything now. Always the reigning champions. Afraid. We have seen much development in our islands of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. We have a caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Sheldon.
Morning
to Grenada.
Hey, how are you doing, bro?
I'm okay. I heard you mention a while ago about the hospital and the so-called steel building that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to remind those of us who is old enough that cat and human being used to be living side by side in the old colonial hut.
True.
I remember that because some might be too young.
Let me ask you. Because, bro, I know we used to train around the time that we used to train together around the time that was there. Remember there was a Calypso cat in the hospital? The policeman had sung it. Cat in the hospital.
That's right.
Doctors bawling puss, nurses bawling puss, patients bawling puss, 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 puss.
Right. Somebody did made a song on that.
That's a it's a police officer. I think is oh boy, is 69. Yeah, 69. I sing that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I know who sing it. Yeah.
Yes, there was a song to that effect. So for the younger folks, we had cat, like the animal cat, and human beings living side by side. Ladies going to make the baby cat running up and down, and that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Also, as you speak about Carriacou, and I remember that the so-called lawyer called us as NMP supporter needy and greedy. It reminds me about Miss Joan Purcell and her barrel statement.
Yeah, that's why they call her the barrel lady.
I want to say that this is not a new thing. It's not a new idea that we, the supporters of the NNP, is needy and greedy. Because Ms. Joan Purcell made a statement, and I think that might have cost her political career.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm right, it might have cost her that. But I know she made a statement concerning people getting barrels and stuff, and I think that was detrimental to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I want us as Grenadians to think. And look, I just watched the pictures that you just showed on the Facebook Live. I didn't know all this nice thing was going on in Carriacou, so that means when I come back, I must go up Carriacou.
Yeah, I find you leaving out Carriacou, man.
Yeah, I have to go up. I love PM Tour, but I must go up Carriacou.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyhow, have a good day.
All right, my brother.
All right, take care. And we don't want, we know, even though Hannah go back and jump up, you don't have nothing to break,
she go break she foot.
We don't know thing again.
She go break she
ligaments go be good, so I know she go be okay.
All right, bro.
All right, take care.
Hannah know she foot ain't good, let she go. And no, depot is not an optical illusion. That is actually the project that is taking place right now in Carriacou. There's also a tourism project, the hotel project. I don't know if Mr. Technical Man had those pictures, as I only have them busy today. Look, this is the ship that is now making the 3 days per week voyage to the island of Carriacou. Yeah? And the people who invested in this vessel would not invest in it if they did not see development in Carriacou. If they're not seeing development in Carriacou and they're not seeing the opportunity for business, you have the Alexis family that opened the supermarket and everything up there. If they were not seeing development taking place in Carriacou and trying to be part of the development, they would not have invested in these things. But they're seeing development, they're seeing opportunity, and which is why they are playing their part. So things look good for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and I feel actually, no, I don't like both, but I feel I'll take a trip on this one. Yeah, big enough. I feel I'll take a trip. I ain't feel like I feel you roll too much on that one. Okay? Okay, I mean, you're not afraid of anybody I see some Anglican high school girls was very afraid of Bishop's College and Hillsborough Secondary the last time, you know. Yeah, they talk it out, you know. They was real afraid. Yeah. And no, folks, our good friend called a while ago and he mentioned it, and that was one of the situations with the board and concrete building, colonial building that you had as a general hospital here in Grenada. Yeah, something that probably existed when the slaves were still enslaved, that we had as a hospital here in Grenada, and that was rebuilt by, demolished, and they had the new structures built by the New National Party. Now, there was a song, cat in the hospital, doctors ball in post, nurses ball in post, nurse, look at cat, take a piece of my saltfish, nurse. And them cat go drive the patients crazy. Because that is what you had up there. A set of feral cats all over the place and so on. What we have now is not perfect. Minister Steele will tell you that, which is why he's working so exceptionally hard to improve what we have. To improve on what we have. That is why he's making sure that he gets additional ambulances. That is why he's making sure that we source state-of-the-art equipment, diagnostic equipment, so that when someone has an issue, you don't have to throw them on a plane with that issue and try to get them down to Trinidad or across to Barbados or so on, or have them bouncing up and down in an ambulance to go down to island services down there on the Carenage. Good morning to the staff down there. Yeah? This is why he's working so exceptionally hard to ensure that those things are in place at that facility. So folks, when you're in Grenada the next time as well, see a lot of people there very, very surprised. Woo, boy, like I make a mistake where I go and say about GBSS and Anglican High, boy. What? Yes, indeed. Shelly, good morning to you as well. But yeah, a little freed. Come on, a little freed. Zingo, good morning, bro. Hey, I had a song there. I have to give you all Zingo new tune before we end the program today. I have to make sure and give you all the new tune by Zingo before we end the program today. Meanwhile, the phone lines are open at 440-7377 347-329-3101. That's the overseas number. Yeah. So yeah, Chris, leave Zingo alone, please. Folks, sometimes you hear me going on a side. It's because bro, you see that picture I just pull up there? Are the those two there, that one and the other, yeah, show them across and let people see why these individuals that calling Dr. Mitchell all sorts of names, why they hate him. You know, sometimes in life, people dislike you. And you for yourself, you may have never even met the person. You never interacted with the person. You've never spoken with the person. But they hate you. They don't like you. They say the worst things about you. They even do things to put stumbling blocks in your way. They hate you. And you wonder why. But then take a look at your life and take a look at the life of the people that are saying things about you and are acting up. While you may be stable and you've been able to achieve certain things, even if those things that you achieve are things like you've gotten a house and it's your house, you're not paying no bank and so on, it's your house. It could be the smallest house in the village, you know. Could be a little piece of thing, but you keeps it clean. I know I'm speaking bad, eh? Yeah, you keeps it clean. But it's yours. You have that. No bank can come and say they're taking it from you. That is yours. You have your car. It may not be the latest model, but you have your car. You could move from point A to point B. And you don't have to worry about any bailiff coming to impound your car. You may not have millions of dollars, but you ain't starving. You could buy groceries on a monthly basis. And there are people that hate you for that. But when you look at them, it's because they have to take bus. And nothing is wrong with having to take bus. They have to take bus. They're renting somewhere. And they could barely make groceries at the end of the month. And they hate you because you have been able to achieve and have a stable life. And sometimes when you look at where you're hating, they hate you because you have been able to achieve and they have not been able to achieve. So when I see people calling the Prime Minister Morokoy and all these kind of things, he back hard. calling him Morocco, he back hard. Because for his entire political career, they have said and done and tried everything they can in the book. They've tried it and been unable to break him. So if you want to call him Morocco, it's because he back is very hard. But he ain't hiding, he ain't putting his head inside no shell. He says what he has to say and he does what he has to do. And folks, those of you who are on the live, you'd be seeing some photos of Grenada. I'd like to thank, those are from pictures of Grenada, Newsel. Yeah, Tokra. I believe some of those photos are from him and other photographers. Be seeing some photos of some of the developments. And every time you try to develop something in Grenada, it's a problem. They had a problem when the stadium was being rebuilt. They had a problem when you were doing the cruise ship port. They always have a problem. We have a caller online. Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Mr. Scott, sorry. Pleasant morning to you, sir.
Morning, morning.
And good morning to your listening audience. You know, Mr. Scott, sometimes I am disappointed that Dr. Mitchell is not the malicious and vindictive person that they make him out to be, you know. Yes. Because if he was, we would have had a lot of people out of business and nowhere to turn today. And they would not have the voice and the loudness we hear in them speak with today. Because they would have been, he would have shut them up a long time ago. Why? Because he has the ability to do it. He's not doing it. Why? Because he is not the kind of malicious and vindictive person that they want to make people believe he is. Now, the other issue here is this, Mr. Scott. We must stop talking about the NDC. You know why I'm saying that? Because they are not a factor. These folks, you know, they're not even willing to speak for and represent the 23,000 people that voted for them. Why are we begging the NDC to represent and speak on behalf of the 23,000 people that voted for them? If they don't care, why should we? But listen to that part. Then again, this government cares about all Grenadians. So I can understand why the NNP cares, because they have to represent all the people. That shows the depth of the new National Party and the lack of participation on of the NDC to come on board. It shows the sophist thinking of the NDC. Mr. Scott, this government don't have much to worry about when it comes to the NDC. Why? Because they are doing exactly what they was elected to do, which is we can't sit down, we keep on moving, and we're developing Grenada in the interest of all. Sir, have a pleasant day.
All right, thank you so very much. Yes, indeed, folks. And some people are wondering if some of the photos that we were showing a while ago on the live are Grenada. Yes, it is Grenada. Yeah, it is Grenada. Let me just send off this a good friend of mine here. Yeah. All right, yeah. It is Grenada. That's what you're seeing there. Now, the cruise ship port was a project. And the same person that calling Dr. Mitchell a Morocco, I actually have a photo of them at the original opening of the cruise ship port in the NNP t-shirt. So watch this elf. Right? Yeah, they hit what they like. But the cruise ship port, put it back, man. Don't take it down. Put it back. Yeah, leave it for a while. Let people take a good look. Yeah? The cruise ship port, and in the upper right-hand corner, you can also see the port itself, the Grenada Port Authority, which was not that size. It's the new National Party that built that in this one photo. You're seeing several things that the new National Party administration was able to do. One, you're seeing the cruise ship port and the reclaimed land in the town of St. George. Secondly, you're seeing the St. George bus terminal. You're seeing the Grenada National Stadium. You're seeing the Port Authority. And you, just a little bit to the right, you would have been able to see the Ministerial Complex and the General Hospital. If the photo had gone just a little bit to the right, you'd have been able to see that. But you're seeing several things that have been achieved. This is what they hate Dr. Mitchell for. Several things that he has been able to achieve. Those of you that used to go down to the then Point Saline International Airport, you know that when you're driving in, it's right on your right there, the little car park there. The car park is still there. That was the airport car park. Number one, we didn't have any pile of cars in Grenada. We used to play cricket on the road. I lie or I lie. Fellas from Springs, Sharpie, all of you, we used to play cricket in the road, in Springs and different areas, because you didn't have a set of vehicles in this country. We could afford to play cricket there and get some overs in before anything happened. Yeah? Mr. Technobas, you're laughing. Something you're going to put it up, man. Go ahead. Yeah, that's what the airport looks like right now, isn't it? Yeah, that's right now, or that's a while ago. Yeah, that's what the airport does look like every now and again. Yeah, but those of you who know the Point Saline International Airport, what are asking? All them fancy jet and them does be doing here, they come in and lime. It's Grenada, you know. There's place to hang out. So they just come. But you had that little area there until the expansion project took place, because all where the check-in counters are now, that used to be the parking lot. Are wrong or right, Mr. Benjamin? Where the check-in counters are now, down at Point Saline International Airport, used to be the parking lot. All of that was part of the parking lot. So you had, I think Mr. DeCall and them was involved in clearing the land on the other side where the parking lot is right now. And you had that expansion and development project. That stage took place, and now you're moving into another stage to put that ramp and so on the airport facility. Constant improvement. But when you're talking constant improvement now, people vex. People vex certain people and calling people all sorts of names. When people in African countries asking, but how you all were able to do that? People all across Europe are asking, how are you all able to achieve all you've been able to achieve? You're also seeing there that would be Calavini Island, the Calavini Island Development and La Faible. In the middle section there, that's La Faible. So I've been told. Yeah, that's the La Faible port there and Calavini Island. But again, people were against that. And you know, they were saying too that the NNP sell Calavini Island was known by government for government to sell it. But there are people that go out there and put that out there. Are wrong or right, Mr. Technical Man? Calavini Island? They go around saying that's a private, and right now you have some other islands up there that have been for sale for many, many years, and they're saying government selling islands. Government is selling, those islands are privately owned. Yeah, that's the Kalinago that they're looking at right now. Yeah, that one that you're seeing right now will be the Kalinago Beach Resort. So you have all these developments. And La Luna on the end, the one on the left-hand top side, that would be La Luna. Yes, folks, these are some of the things we have here in Grenada that they don't want to talk about. They don't want you to see this, and I'm sorry that the persons who are listening on radio, they cannot also see what we're talking about. But when you get home later, you can take a look, go back on Facebook, and you'll be able to see all of the photos that we've been putting up for the day today. So you know what we've been talking about, those projects that have been taking place and continue to take place. But they hate, they don't like development. I hear they're attacking Silver Sands now. And they go on and they're attacking Silver Sands. And they attack it, they attack it, they attack it. The same Ray Roberts who attacking Silver Sands when he had his endorsement. The head that speak for him for endorsement was working Silver Sands and still working Silver Sands up to now. But he was attacking the project. And they come and they're attacking Silver Sands. But when Sir Eric Matthew Gary did the SGU, as I always say, they attacked him. And don't think that the revolutionary government had it all nice and dandy to do the airport. And don't think that the NNP had it easy when they had to do projects like when they came to do the cruise ship terminal. Even when they were doing the hospital, even when they're doing the stadium, you always have to fight tooth and nail against people who just can't see past political spite and hate. They can't see past that and see for the development of the country. So they always hate when something is happening. So when we're looking to go now into the CCJ, which is another area of development for Grenada, improving the dispensation of justice, making sure that it is more accessible to the wider range of Grenadians, except you have to be a multi-millionaire to be able to afford to go to the Privy Council when you have a court case. That you would be able, the average Grenadian would be able to access justice in a final appellate court through a system that offers proper judgments in a reasonable space of time and at low cost to the average Grenadian. But they're fighting against that too. Saying one thing publicly, and when you're going to different meetings, you're telling the people vote against something, is a totally different thing, you know. You have to come out openly and tell your people and encourage your people and bring them to come and vote. If you do support the Caribbean Court of Justice, bring your people out. Make sure that they support it. Yeah? Police officers, they've gotten several vehicles from the time the New National Party came in. Made sure that the police officers got vehicles. One of the first requests was for vehicles. That was one of the first requests from the police right around the island. We do not have vehicles. And the NNP administration made sure that they got the first set of vehicles, then a second set of vehicles. Recently, another set of vehicles from the People's Republic of China. And again, we thank the Chinese people and the Chinese government for again looking after the interests of Grenada. And now you have the creation of that rapid deployment unit in case you see some sort of crime or there's something happening, that you could contact that particular department. And they've already gotten a firearm off the street. They've gotten drugs and so on. They've got several persons who were here illegally in Grenada. They've gotten them out of the country. So there's several things that have taken place when it comes to training with our men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force. You have them going to China, you have them going to the US, you have them going to different courses around the world. And that is why Grenada continues to be so safe and secure. The only thing I want to see, two departments, I know that government is looking very closely and trying their very best to secure additional equipment for the fire services and the Coast Guard. I know government is on that, working towards getting that done. Additional vessels for the Coast Guard and other equipment, and additional vessels and additional vehicles and support for the fire services. Because fire trucks are not cheap. Talking $1 million plus. Fire trucks are not a cheap something. Yeah? So we're seeing these things happening. You have been benefiting from many of the things that the New National Party has done. And some of the same people who have been benefiting are the same ones sitting with people calling the present Prime Minister all sorts of names and saying nothing is happening in the country. Because in my mind, it seems as though they would want Grenada to fail, because they think that Grenada failing or the economy failing is somehow going to give them a little angle to get into office. That's what they seem to think. That's going to help them and propel them. But get in office to rule over what? A wasteland? Because it seems as though that's what they want Grenada become. But we're seeing the development. The people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique can tell you that they've seen the development. Yes, there is more to happen. And we have a new, young, energetic young lady there in Carriacou and Petit Martinique who is going to make sure that development continues and increases in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And she has a capable team around her, and the wonderful support of the immediate past MP of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So we have development that has taken place in Carriacou. We have development that has taken place in Petit Martinique, and much more on the way. Much more on the way. Yeah? And let me give you the phone numbers again. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on the inside. Let me say a very special good morning to a good friend of mine I haven't spoken to for quite a long while. To you, Mr. Kenneth Watts. Yeah, Mr. Watts, you and the family. I know you're more than likely, I know that you're listening. But I haven't spoken to you for quite a while. In fact, Showport, Louina Naz, I'm so sorry. I know that my good friend, Doppy, I know that he sent some photos of the old, what that area used to look like before. He sent some photos to me. And I think one of these days I'm going to have to coordinate better so that we plan properly and that he has all the photos instead of I have to say, and then he goes looking for the photos, that we have all of them. So when we bring it up, he could show it one time. We're going to coordinate a little better for that. And I see Chris is asking for all them pictures. Chris, how much you paying? Them pictures and them belong to some people. Yes, indeed. So let me say a very special good morning to you, Mr. Kenneth Watts. I hope that you're having a fabulous morning this morning, you and the family. My good friend Zingo. Of course, Zingo, yeah, you know, I go play it in a little while and I must play it, yeah. Zingo say he pocket empty, but he playing a job. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Also to you, Muscles, I know that you're listening out there. My good friend Ronnie, I haven't heard from you for a long time. Ian out there in Canada, Patty and Matthew. I know Patty most likely are off to work already, but you'll get the message. So I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Mommy George, good morning to you. Mr. and Mrs. Crookshank, Miss Bernice, Nenny, good morning to you. Nenny, give me a call at the end of today's program. Please, I'll only be around for about 10 minutes. Give me a call because calling your phone, I'm not getting through calling to your phone. So you need to call me when the program has ended, please. Yeah. So Nenny, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Bakerman. Good morning to each and every one of you, wherever you're listening. And my good friends down in Caliste, good morning to you, my dear. I hope that you are having a wonderful morning this morning. Everything is okay with you. Yeah. They say nearer to the church, further from God, and I ride there and I doesn't get a chance to drive over the hill and check you. But good morning to you. And we hope that you're having a wonderful morning this morning up there in Carriacou. Yeah, BBH, all my friends out there in Carriacou. And also in Petit Martinique, Mama Jane, Sherma, all of you out there. Miss DeRoche, good morning to you. All of you out there in Petit Martinique, Maxan. And your parents, Mr. and Mrs., good morning to each and Lily Man. I hope I'll interfere the man sheep again. Good morning to all of you. I hope that you all have been having a fabulous, fabulous morning this morning. And I'm going to touch a little piece here by Zingo. Nice, yeah.
Let's go. Animal Stories, top notch studio. My pocket empty. I don't have no money, but I play a job. I dirty job. My pocket empty. I don't have no money, but I play a job. I dirty job. See me on the road. I thought see me load. See me on the road. I take me load. The boss and pay me. I don't have no money. I can't go no fat. No all inclusive fat. My friends them tell me they buy the ticket already. They go into every fat. So you could find me in a juve van with a bottle of spoon, a drum and a cell and a track in a tin in my hand. I don't need no money to play no job. You think it's funny? Well, things real hard. My pocket empty. I don't have no money, but I play that job.
Yeah, see, some folks have been talking about some algae on Granans Beach and its silver sands. Well, let me just remind persons that when the project was started, and I saw it for myself, they put in a proper filtration system on the beach. Yeah, right to the side of the hotel is where one of it is located, to filter that water when it's going out there. It was engineered. It's not something that they just decide we go in and do that. There was a proper survey done, and they decided that that was the best way to deal with wastewater going into that particular area, all the water that's coming down from the hillsides that they keep talking about. So it's not that the place blocking the water, not that the place increasing the water, it's actually helping because they've put in what was not there before, a proper filtration system to get that water out from there, to filter it and so on, so that the water could go out, yeah? Hannah, I know you had some issues about that. Just I'm letting you know. We're going to send something to you just now with it. So who you complaining to, Zingo, if your boss don't pay and all kind of thing? Talk to Uncle Sam and it's them that is thing, yeah. But yeah, let's show them a piece of Carriacou, yeah. Let's show them Paradise Beach. For all of you outside of Grenada, we're gonna show you Lenroy. How you doing, bro? Yeah. Let's show you all. Let me show them a piece of Paradise Beach. We put up Paradise Beach for them, yeah. Nice Paradise Beach. Yeah. Show your friends. Tell your friends that's Paradise Beach. That one is Jamal. Yeah, Jamal that put up that did that photo. Paradise Beach, folks. If you want, you could go up to Carriacou, and now we have the MV. What's the name of the MV thing? The MV what? The MV something or the other. The MV's whatever. Dolly C. Dolly C. Right. I don't play with Dolly, so that's why I wouldn't know. Yeah. So the MV Dolly C, and you could be up in Petit Martinique. Not Petit Martinique, Carriacou, but Petit Martinique in behind back too. If you see some beach hunting in Petit Martinique, but we don't want too much all the up there. Yeah. Now we kind of like Petit Martinique how it is. We want no set of people rushing with place. Yeah. We like having enough room so we could maneuver. Right? We don't no pile all you come up there and play all you giving trouble and all kind of thing. Nah. Petit Martinique, we will keep Petit Martinique just so. Yeah. In fact, just now we go put a special Petit Martinique permit in place. We go allow only a certain number of people to enter Petit Martinique at any time. Let's show them the Silver Sands. Let's show the Silver Sands project so that those on the live and so on can see. Yes, Leslie, we know that's wickedness. We know that's wickedness to put up those pictures. So we're going to put up one now at the Silver Sands project. Not a recent picture. That's a recent one. Yeah, that's a recent one. Yeah, this one is an updated picture of the Silver Sands project. Yeah? So you all who may not be here in Grenada, Denise, don't worry. But when you come, there are various means of getting to Carriacou. You could try the MV Dolly C. You could try the Osprey Express. Good morning to the staff at the Osprey. Yeah? You could try the Osprey Express. You could try SVGA. Right? Now, don't take them speedboat and them and go up. Next thing, you end up in Venezuela and end up like a jab. Jab end up in Venezuela. Jab no habla español. Yes. The hotel that you're looking at as well also has the longest pool. I think they say in the Western Hemisphere, the longest one. Yeah. Longest pool in the Western Hemisphere. Yeah, that's the pool that you're seeing at the center of the property there. So that is what they didn't want there. They didn't want that project there at all. Yes, so I hope that you all are booking when you book your flight and so for next year, because I think that they're looking at the possibility of opening a little later this year, that facility. So I hope that all you know, make a little booking and them kind of thing early, eh? Nice. Everett, you want them picture and them buy? Nah, it's not so. The airport in Carriacou, yeah, check SVGA, man, and then you could go to the airport in Carriacou. All right, folks, yes, so remember, 440-7377, that's 440-7377. As I said, we're going to be having some discussions in relation to the carnival, and so over the next few weeks, so you're going to be seeing different people coming in and speaking on different aspects of carnival and the different art forms and so on. You'll be having that. I'm hoping I could get the Hitman Inspector inside with me someday soon. Yeah, I'm hoping that I could get him to come in studio with me someday soon, eh? Yeah, and then when Zingo come, we know we go bring Zingo back in the studio again. Nice. Special good morning to the men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force Band. And we have a caller online. Good morning.
Brother.
Yes, Nanny. How are you?
I'm good.
You ain't getting that phone fixed, man. I'm calling you and I ain't getting through.
Yeah, well, you can't get me no, Papa, because It's about months now. He's busy. Don't everybody can get me.
Oh boy.
For me to get you know, I'm fighting to see if I could get you know.
Oh goodness.
Because I can't get no call.
Yeah, because even you remember I had to get something done for you, and the person was trying to call you, but they couldn't get through to you.
Oh.
Oh boy, give me as I said, give me a call right after 12.
I hear you say that.
Yeah, give me a call again.
But sometimes if I call you, I can't get you again.
No, I'm gonna stay and wait for it because I'm gonna stay here for 10 minutes after in the studio. I'm gonna stay in front of the computer and wait for the call.
All right.
Okay, my dear.
Okay.
Everything else okay for now?
Yeah.
All right, my love. All right. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I must call me nanny, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, Lulu. Morning. Yeah. Jamari licked them up again, boy. Yeah. Morning to you, Solia girl. Good morning. And Baba, good morning to you, Baba. Good morning to you, Solia girl. Yeah. Also, yeah, we do have an upgrade to the yeah. Oh yes, our Spice Island of Grenada. Yeah, that's the entire thing. Yeah, that's how we look like up there, from up in the air. So, Nazim, you make some of them people and them cry. We have people all in the States. We have people in the UK, people in Canada that go cry. When they're looking at that live and they're seeing that, people like Deepo go cry. Yeah, because our country is so beautiful. They're going to cry. Folks, I know we're doing a radio program, but we're doing a kind of television thing. If you're on YouTube, you could see it. If you're on Facebook, you could see it and so too. And you'll be seeing some of the photos that we have been putting up. Yeah? Certain people who hear Solia girl, next thing you want to go, and the next thing I want to stay here and think, nah, go. All right. 440-737-734-7329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get into the inside of today's program.
To get some money, but he not answering. The boss not answering. My friend keep texting. If I'm not.
Yeah, now you're wondering what we're showing there. That's spicing. Yeah, see what? Yeah, people say nothing in take place in Grenada, nothing in taking place in Grenada, and all that kind of thing. You had expansion to there. You had expansion to the Cinnamon Hill, and in fact, Cinnamon Hill expanded. They added some new suites and so on, which were immediately gobbled up, and they realized they have to build some more now. So they're getting ready to start another construction project there to build some more suites onto the Cinnamon Hill, where used to be Flamboyant Hotel. And I'm sorry we don't have photos of it, but in and between I got to drive around and get some of them when I'm moving. But what used to be the Flamboyant is now being rebuilt and expanded and modernized into a Kimpton Bay. The Kimpton Bay by Kawana Hotels. Or is it the Kawana Hotel, the Kimpton by Kawana Bay? One of the two. All right. But it's either Kimpton or Kawana, but it's the two. Right? So that's being done as well. So we have quite a few projects that are taking place around the island. And we haven't touched the northern part yet. We haven't shown you any photos from the projects that are taking place up north. That would be the Lavera Hotel projects that's taking place up there. Yeah, we ain't show you them thing on them yet, but there's quite a bit that has been taking place. All right, indeed. But as we get them, we're going to put them together. Let's see which one we are there. That one is, well, with Pretty Martinique. But Pretty Martinique pretty, we boy. Yeah. Brainstorm, thanks to the photo. Yeah, that's Pretty Martinique looking pretty, we boy. Papa, yo. Some people will leave and come back, you know. Yeah, some people will leave and come back immediately. Book your ticket. Wait, you book already? Right, we go live in Karakutu. Nice. Crazy people. Let's go. Real job. So as soon as we ended with the program today, we're going to keep the live running and we'll run some programs where you will see some of the project, the video of some of the projects that are taking place. You also have quite a significant amount of work going on in St. David with the Cane Co project. A lot of land that used to be under Cane years ago, they're putting it back under Cane right now. As well as that housing project in Corinth. A lot of work has taken place there. Black blood in my vein.
Black blood in me vein.
Gotta start making use of that camera having the car. You know?
I was a jab woman, and she pick up a jab man. He give her some jab sex. 9 months later, well, I was born. Right in a jab hospital. I was Christmas jab priest. I went to a jab college.
Hannah, why me? I don't want to see more. You living here? Hannah, you could go to any of those places within the next few hours. Or for the weekend, you could decide that you're heading up to Petit Martinique. Let me know if you're going to Petit Martinique. I'll put you on to my people.
What, man?
I'll make sure Mama Jane takes good care of you.
Black blood in me vein. Black blood in me vein. Must be going insane.
But I find I'm missing Petit Martinique a little too much, and I feel like I have to go up in you.
Black blood in me vein.
Denise, that's not torment. We have a beautiful country. And we are developing our beautiful country, and that's why some people have problem with it. Look, if you go up to the Granatang and you go by the Seven Sisters, you have that wonderful project. Kathy was here speaking about it a couple months ago. That's the project with Papi's Restaurant, and so you can go there, and now they're offering fish in there. They have a pond and everything up there where they have fish. You could go and you fish and you cook the fish and everything there one time. Yeah? So it's a wonderful establishment. It's they have a lot of organic stuff there. It's a wonderful establishment. If you get the opportunity and you're here in Grenada, I suggest that you visit Papi's Restaurant, yeah?
I'm telling you, black blood in me vein. Black blood in me vein.
Byron Booker.
Must be going insane. Black blood in me.
More than sir.
Black blood in me vein. Black blood in me vein. Job we going insane. The chant out sign job name. Sign job name up there. Sign job name. Sign a man sign job name up there. Man they touch job finger with a golden pen. A golden pen. A golden. Man they touch job finger with a golden pen. Sign job name up there. So when I there.
So when you look at Grenada, you see what some people are trying to hit and what some people want to see failed simply because they want to be the ones in charge of it.
Good job on me tombstone. What man? I'm telling you, black blood in me.
Meanwhile, you've had literally hundreds of young people that have gained direct employment through programs like the Imani program, yeah?
Black blood in me vein. Black blood in.
Recently, I've been speaking to some who they gained the opportunity to get into the particular place that they're working now through the Imani, and they're now permanent. We've been able to increase the number of nurses and so, and also something that was not done between 2008 and 2013 to get those doctors, because you're looking at the facilities and then you're considering in your mind now, yes, that looked nice, but what about what's going on inside there? Quite recently been able to take those nurses and make the nurses permanent, yeah, and also get additional training for doctors, so doctors were able to go and improve their training or get certified in a new area and so on. Yeah, so all of those things have been taking place as well. So it's not just the structures, not just the looking at the buildings and so on. You have the economy that has been improving to the point of where the World Bank is now giving over $30 million to the government of Grenada based on its wonderful fiscal performance, but also in relation to protecting that environment, those beautiful blue waters that you've been seeing there, that wonderful greenery. Yeah, show them some more, Nazim. Show them some more. Hit them a next one. Just you're hitting them a next one there? Yeah. In fact, meanwhile, show them Paradise Beach. That one is the hot one. Show them Paradise Beach again. So that when you see these places, we have to protect them. Now, could you imagine a beach such as our... Now, we ain't touched Parliament yet. We'll go touch Parliament in a while. But could you imagine places like Paradise Beach? And that you would go to Paradise Beach and see something like... no, that's Granan's Beach. I wanted Paradise Beach. I mean, there's a beach in Paradise, but... yeah. Places like Paradise Beach. Could you imagine seeing a set of styrofoam box on that beach? A set of glass bottles on that beach, or a set of containers and plastic bags and all kind of thing on that beach? Could you imagine that kind of nonsense? Why should we continue to allow these styrofoam and plastic bags and all these things to come into our country to end up on places like beautiful beaches like this? Yeah, how could we allow that? You want to be going to take a nice relax on that beach and bounce up a styrofoam box? We don't want that. So government is in the process right now of banning single-use plastics. And we'll get the Honorable Senator Simon Steele, Minister of the Environment, on to speak about that pretty soon. And you know, this guy getting crazy here, only finding pictures. Somebody go cry today, you know. Paradise Beach in Carriacou, throw it up, man. Show them thing. We showing them. Because some people want to give those of you, especially those of you outside of Grenada, that Grenada is a failed state. Some of them are trying to give the impression that nothing is taking place in Grenada. So today we're showing you. Come, don't fret, Popo. Come, Popo, give me. Where had it for me? Nice, okay. Cricket thing. Yeah. The Ducks Challenge Trophy. Yeah, so it says here, meanwhile, Mr. Technical Man will drop something. It says here, after a few weeks of exhilarating competition, 3 teams have emerged victorious to compete in the finals of the Ducks Challenge Trophy. South St. George, St. Andrew, Southeast, and St. John. The finals will be played at Victoria Park, Grenville, starting at 1 p.m. on this Saturday. No, Saturday, Sunday, next week, Saturday. We're inviting the general public to come on out and enjoy this event with us and give your support to your team of choice. It will also be a great opportunity to meet with your parliamentary representative. So yes, NNPites, yeah, but everybody, come on out. Right, so that's the Ducks Challenge Trophy. Yeah, the finals will be taking place next week, Saturday. All right, so we look forward to that one. Wonderful. Yeah, Spiceland Mall. Yeah, they didn't know Spiceland Mall. They had a problem with Spiceland Mall. They didn't know that. Yeah, what they say, take all the land and you get Hadid and them. That's what they say, ain't it? That's what they say. I repeating exactly what they say. They say you take all the land and you get Hadid and them. But it is providing employment for many persons. And we're not just speaking young persons, people of all ages. And they have recently had the expansion of the facility that now the Grenada Cooperative Bank has their office in the new section. Digicel has their main office in the new section. It has provided opportunity for many businesses and many persons for employment now at the Spiceland Mall. But they fight it down. They didn't want that. They fight it down. They didn't want that. But it is there now. Yeah, Mr. Technical Man, we are for them again. Throw something on them again. Yeah, throw something on them again. Because these people are going on radio and they're going on the internet to make it look like nothing has happened in Grenada, or that Dr. Mitchell and the New National Party has to be ashamed or something. This is the port project down in Clark's Court Bay. What you'll be seeing online there now is a picture of the Clark's Court Bay project. Yeah? And that was one of the first projects that was organized when the New National Party came back into office in 2013. One of the first. And there is expansion that's going to be taking place to that project. But already you see it ram-cram, both for so. And one of the largest lifts in the Southern Caribbean is also there. Yeah? It is the biggest. It is the largest. The Hulk. Yeah, the Hulk is the largest lift. I've been corrected now. The term is the largest lift in the Southern Caribbean. And it is based right here in Grenada in Clark's Court Bay. I think they have a restaurant down there now. Or they opened the restaurant already? Yeah, so there's a nice restaurant down there. So when you come for the carnival, or you come during the August to visit your friends and family and so on, you could go down in Clark's Court Bay to the restaurant and thing down there. Yeah? All of these things have been taking place, but they want you to have the impression that somebody had to be shamed or something. No, we don't have to be shamed or anything. They could call all the names they want. It's jealousy. That's what it is. Jealousy. The New National Party, for instance, we'll be attending church at the Tivoli RC Church. That's going to be this Sunday. Yeah? And then we'll be having our General Council later in the day in Hermitage. Yeah? So, of course, those of you within the constituencies, you should have already organized with your constituency reps and so. Those of you that have to attend the General Council would have already organized by now, I believe. So that we'll be seeing you on Sunday at the General Council of the New National Party. We're not having a rally and so afterwards. Just doing the General Council itself right now. All right? 440-7377. All you up in the States, all you out Thai now? Because they want to give you the impression that nothing has happened in Grenada or nothing is happening. And I'm sorry, that we didn't have drones back in the 1990s. Well, at least we didn't have drones back in the 1990s to have the comparison photos of some of what we're putting up right now, so that you would see what was there and what is there now. I'm sorry we don't have some of the comparison photos from before. I'm looking for a picture of the old Colonial Hospital. I'm looking for a picture of that. I don't know if anyone has a picture of the old General Hospital, because I often say those children who are in secondary school now have no idea what we're talking about. They never see that. Even students in TAMCC don't know what we're talking about. They don't know what it's like to go take a bus in the market square. Yeah? They don't know what up there look like. And I have a call. I hope this call have a picture. Good morning.
You hope the caller what?
I hope you have a picture of the old hospital you could give me.
Nah,
Oh,
I want
gosh.
one myself.
Oh gosh, I want a picture. Ministry of Works might have. I'll check with them.
All right. Listener, two questions. What is the building that's going up near to Spiceland Mall? Well, more on the youth center.
Oh, the Olympic Association headquarters.
Okay. Another question. As it relates to the oh my goodness, that Silver Sands project,
Yes.
right? I was understanding, and in fact, it was in some news or the other, that building is more or less timeshare. I don't think that was the word that was used. It's a timeshare kind of property.
I am not absolutely sure, but some properties do timeshare. So it could be done.
Because on I think it was the news, I can remember this thing at
Yeah.
my age and call for that.
You're still young, don't try that.
But it was on this program, when I say this program, that news program that comes before this, the Hard Talk thing.
Yeah.
They were talking about these buildings for sale at how many $1 million per building or something like that. I don't want to give false news.
No, if it's timeshare, how they usually operate is that you pay a specific amount of money, and you have it for a period of time, or another family could come in for a period of time.
Right.
It belongs not to one person, but a group of persons that pay for the use of that property over a period of time. The good thing about it is that instead of a person who might come for just 2 weeks, with a timeshare, they tend to spend more time. So they might come for a month. They might come for 2 months. Because it's timeshare. It's like they own that property here in Grenada. So they could come and spend time, spend more money in Grenada, buy more food in Grenada, take more taxis in Grenada. So even if it's timeshare, it's not like Grenada is losing anything. It means that they would actually be gaining more.
I ain't making no thing over that. But what I'm saying, it wouldn't then the employment, because if you have a hotel that is running like how a normal hotels run, you need maids on a daily basis, you need barmen, you need restaurants, you need thing. Wouldn't there be a sort of, for want of a better word, loss of employment?
No, actually,
I want you to understand where you're coming from. I'm not down in it. I'm just trying to figure out in my mind how this thing would really work.
I understand. What would actually happen is that instead of less, you would need more. And I'll say that in this context. What happens with many hotels now is that they have the up season, they have the down season, then they have to put staff on rotation, and then they start taking them back about July, August, they start taking them back. But they usually have staff on rotation. With the timeshare, it means that you would have basically occupation nearly throughout the year. Because you have some people who may come during the summer months. You have some who may come during the winter months. Well, our summer, like August, September, that kind of thing. You have others who would come during the tourist season. You have some who would come outside of that. So it's all according. So it means therefore that, and plus the places still need to be cleaned. You still need to have restaurant staff. You still, so it doesn't affect in a negative way staffing at these facilities. You're still going to have roughly 270 something to 300 persons employed permanently at that facility, plus the auxiliary staff, the people who are doing the repairs, and the farmers that they have already contacted and been working with to provide the food stuff for that facility. They've actually already bought equipment through a program that they have, bought equipment for some farmers in St. David and other areas in St. Andrew as well.
Okay.
Because they don't want it to be a situation that, okay, we're depending on Farmer John for cucumbers, but we get cucumbers this week and next week we have to go and try and find somewhere else.
That could be a negative, you know.
So they want to be able to find stuff on a weekly basis. They must be able to go to these farmers, and the farmers therefore have to stutter how they're planting and so that each week you could get, let's say if you get 25 pounds from this farmer, you could get a 25 pounds from a next farmer, so that you have enough to take you over throughout the season. Yeah, and they're working along with the farmers with that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I think, you know, some of our farmers, we still operate, well, not we, I can't farm. All I could do is plant flowers. Any fruit tree I plant, you tell myself, we coming up 2 feet, and then just whatever happening, I don't know. It either dying or ants taking it or something, so I give up on that. So for the people who do the farming, we tend not to have marketing strategy. And I think that's a major part of the issue where farmers cry out, you know?
Yeah.
So I guess this would help. Okay, but just one other thing. I do tourism too, you know. Yes, I have my little place, a cozy place.
Which part?
Huh?
Which party there?
In Springs, in Dixie. A cozy place. I have to actually go to the Board of Tourism and show it to them. They did tell me to, you know.
So you have property for people who coming back and they want a place to stay for the carnival season and so.
Yes, yes.
Because you know nearly everywhere else book out, so leave your name. You will get called before 12 o'clock. You're getting called. Leave your number.
The only thing is I am air conditioned, but it's very
air conditioned
up there. I've had people come there and they've told me they don't even use the fans.
People can't find place. I'm telling you. People, and I know Springs, and Springs is a very cold kind of place when you're ready, you know.
Yes, very cold.
So you don't need AC really in Springs.
Beautiful up here.
Yeah, I live in Springs for many years. You know where Springs are from, so
I know.
Yeah, so Springs is a place that you could always do it out that particular. So leave your number, let people call you. Leave your number, let they call you. I'm sure somebody go call.
Oh, you mean right now?
Yeah, leave your number.
Okay, well it's 435-1910 and 535-1546.
Right. You will see somebody will call you just now because I know people looking for place.
Okay.
All right, my dear.
All right then.
So be in contact.
Right,
bye. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Because actually those of you that may be trying to book a place in Grenada right now may find that it is absolutely difficult to find any room in Grenada from about the middle of July going to the middle of August. It's near impossible to find a room. Nearly every guest house is booked out solid. Good morning.
Yeah, hi Sheldon, how are things?
I'm quite fine, man, and how are you?
Good, and how everyone?
Well, boy, you had to deal with a serious one. Because it's his nephew that would have died yesterday. In that,
right.
Yeah.
My sympathy goes out to his family.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned, I didn't listen to that, but you mentioned something about farming, about the hotel. I think they established some farmers to supply them or some kind of thing.
Yes.
Well, but I don't know if that might be successful because we have a major of farmers in Grenada is Stone Age farmers, you know. If they don't look in the sky to see moon, they don't plant nothing, you know, and that we don't believe in doing the revolution, mass production, and try to create health and Grenada put on something is about a moon. So me, I just see that thing because I live around the area and I just find most I don't believe in that thing, but most of them around me, 99%. It's about moon to plant that, what moon to plant that, what moon to plant that. It's a belief, it's a class storage mentality, you know what I'm saying? Believing that is the moon, it's not taking care of the crop, they don't do nothing but the only thing about is the moon.
Understand what you're saying.
That will be successful if the guys
No. Here's what. I understand what you're saying, but what I have said, if you didn't hear that part before, is that they're working along with these farmers to specify now if you want to be a Stone Age farmer and decide that you're only going to look at the moon to plant this, then they wouldn't work with you. It's
that is what I was
would not work with you.
I know that I'm doing farming to a hotel, a lot of them believing that And I know, sir, I'll be very successful in what I'm wrong. And I don't know be happening anytime, any day. I do it in mass production. Because I tell all the guy, I say, if people eat sugar and flour, getting every day, if people live with man and moon, you know, nothing. They're not scared to be made because they're with a moon to plan that. You understand? Just got to take care of my. Right?
Right, bro.
Right, take care.
Yes, indeed. No, what they're going to do, if you just don't want to, if you cannot provide what they want, they'll go to someone who can. So if you decide that you're not going to plant this time or that time and so on, and therefore you can't give them the constant supply that they need on a weekly basis, they're just going to get it from someone else. Yeah? Because if they have enough farmers, for instance, you want cucumbers, so farmer A could provide this week, farmer B could provide next week, farmer C could provide the following week, and next one provide the week after that, next one provide the week after that, and then you rotate again. But if it's a situation that some people want to look at the moon, so everybody have it at the same time, that ain't going to make no sense, because they're not going to take it and put it in a freezer. They have to serve these things fresh. They ain't going and take it and put it in a freezer and try and see if they could freeze it and all kind of thing to leave it there for a whole month or two. No. Specific times. And that's why they are assisting the farmers that they're working with, the Silver Sands. That's the discussion that they don't want, certain people don't want us to have. That's why the Silver Sands is working along with several farmers, different location, various size plots and so, and they're working along with them, so they know that they have to provide this particular crop at this particular time, and they have to be able to back up that supply at another time with another set. Yeah, so they have to provide things at specific times, so they're working along with those farmers in relation to that. Even provided, I think some guys in St. David's or whatever got a tiller. They even were going so far as to help some of the farmers with equipment. And Leslie, I know I say send the picture of the hospital, but I can't transfer it from where it is. I know that Nazibi told you send it on the email. So send it on the email for him and he'll be able to put it up. Yeah, that is the old hospital. That is the old hospital. Yeah? 440-7377. We just have a couple minutes remaining on today's program. And 347-329-3101. Yeah, they say nothing happening, but we had to show it. We had to let you see for yourself what is taking place. We had to show it. Yeah, we definitely had to show it today. And at the end of today's program, we're going to run a video so that you could see even more of what has been taking place. Yeah, you can see the videos of what has been taking place and so. All right. Yes, indeed. 440-7377, 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get into the inside of today's program. I wonder if I have a tune for some of them. I wonder if Sans have a tune. Let me try a tune.
Haters hating. Haters hating. Hating. Haters hating. Hating. Keep calling me name, haters. You make me more stronger. Keep calling me name, haters. You make me live longer. Keep calling my name. Very soon I will build my veranda. Keep calling my name. Keep calling me name, haters. You make me more stronger. Keep calling me name, haters.
Yeah, let it go. Drink Woodman and go on air.
Keep calling my name. Very soon.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. Let it drink Woodman and go on air and talk stupidness.
Calling my name. Some people like to lab on them out and they never have nothing good to talk about. Them a lab on them out every day. Never have nothing good to say. Them never have nothing to do, so they take no time to talk about you. Talk about your pants and talk about you.
Folks, that's about all the time we have for Hard Talk today. Nenny, give me a call now.
Haters, you make me more stronger. Keep calling me name, haters.
And whatever you say, whatever you do, do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you, huh?
Keep calling me name, haters. You make me more stronger. Keep calling me name, haters. You make me live longer. Keep calling my name. Very soon I will build my veranda. Keep calling my name. Tell haters behave themselves and stop watch people think on the shelf. Get to work and make some money for yourself and nobody got nobody for the wealth. Tell them find something to do. Stop sitting down every day and so you wasting your time talking about people. So tell me who's me.
After returning the country on a sound economic footing, the new National Party government began releasing a number of developmental projects across the country, some of which were done by investors, both local and foreign, under the Citizenship by Investment program. Sharia Noel visited some of these projects, updates us on the work done, and tells the story of those who have benefited.
The Keith Mitchell administration stormed back to government in February 2013, promising to revive an economy left battered by the previous administration. Dr. Mitchell's new National Party promised to attract local and foreign investment as part of an overall plan to return stability to the economy and cut skyrocketing unemployment. The task was indeed challenging. Foreign investment projects that came to Grenada over the past 5 years include the Silver Sands Grenada, a $65 million U.S. investment luxury hotel and private villas. General Manager Christian Langlade confirms that confidence in the new National Party administration is the reason behind this significant investment.
The main reason why we are here and our investors chose Grenada is the great support that was extended by the government. Everybody has been extremely thoughtful and attentive in helping us to settle, whether it is on a legal point of view, a social point of view. We have very close relationship with the educational system, both for young apprentice or whether it be TAMCC, even the private sector like the university, St. George's University, that have been extremely good to help. So on all fronts we have been duly guided, and thanks to the constant support of Minister Steele and the cabinet members, the Minister of Tourism, we are being constantly guided and helped in our mission, and it's a joint effort that will definitely lead to a great success. So I'm not sure everybody fully appreciates the intensity of our project and where we are, what we are aiming at doing, but on the very short term it's 180 direct employments, very probably an additional 120, 150 subcontractors and suppliers. And obviously if things are going well, there's no reason why we should stop at this current investment, and would like to do more, because both we feel that the destination deserves for more and also has everything going for itself to increase again the size of the accommodations being offered and the caliber of operations.
Another of the major investments came through the Citizen by Investment program that aided in the expansion at Mount Cinnamon. Director of Savvy Grenada, Barry Colomo, explains.
We are going to double the size of our resort just based on Citizenship by Investment, and that speaks volumes. So already we've had to employ more people because we have more rooms. Continue to offer a high quality product which our customers expect. In terms of jobs, so all of these new suites and villas have to be built. So immediately there's construction jobs, but then there's sustainable direct jobs because you have a bigger resort, and there's more work for the ancillary services.
In the north of the island, Grenada has spent $4.6 million on the St. Patrick Breakwater project that employed some 30 people and returned the beachfront.
Perhaps the breakwater is the catalyst, will be the catalyst, because then there is access to the water up here, which at the moment there isn't. And so it will open up all sorts of opportunities up here, and I think all sorts of development will follow. So we are very excited about it.
The Olivera Nature and Beach Resort Tourism Development Project, also in the north of the island, has seen some $10 million invested to date.
They are primarily from the St. Patrick Parish. So we have River Sally, of course, Rose Hill, Satyrs. We also have from Tivoli, and there are also some persons from the St. Andrew Parish as well. So we're sticking more to the northern side of the island since our project is based here. Going forward, once the project is complete, obviously once we're up and running, there will be the opportunity for quite a few Grenadians to be employed. We would need restaurant staff, we would need our sanitary and cleaning staff, bar management, front desk and receptionist, housekeeping, landscaping and farming. So there'll be quite a lot of opportunities for persons to fully join and become part of our family going forward.
Another significant investment during the period under review is that of the redevelopment of what was known as Flamboyant Hotel. The new name is the Kempton Brandon Kiwana Bay, a 4.5-star international luxury beach resort overlooking one of the world's most pristine white sand beaches in Monroe, St. George, to the tune of $125 million. The Kewana Bay project began in January 2016 and has created employment for over 60 people. Other major projects coming to the island, creating jobs and building the economy, includes the Clarkscourt Bay Marina, that has invested $45 million to date, generating 35 permanent jobs. The Point at Pitti Calavini Resort, which began in 2016, presently employs 80 construction workers and is expected to have 50 permanent employees on completion. Hideaway True Blue, a $21 million condominium development, is also well on the way. Also, the Keith Mitchell administration in the past 5 years has spent a significant sum on construction of bridges and road repairs throughout the state. Construction, which has expanded considerably, has played a major role in reviving the Grenada economy between 2013 and 2018. I am Sherian Noel.
Welcome back. Putting idle lands back into production. That's one of the major benefits being realized under the Cane Co investment project operating here in Grenada. The project have been bringing new meaning to the term cane production as they prepare for the manufacturing of Renegade rum in the next few years.
Since the government of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell assumed office in 2013, they have embarked on an agenda to encourage and promote business with local and foreign investors. This week's State of Affairs takes you to one of the projects, Cane Co, better known as Renegade Rum, where we bring you an update as to what has been happening.
About 2 years ago, Renegade Rum Distillery officially launched its operations here in Grenada, promising a product that's second to none when production begins. But to get to the point of producing an actual bottle of Renegade Rum, the agricultural arm of the company, Cane Co, has been putting in the groundwork by planting and producing cane for production. Since the launch, a nursery was set up in La Colombe, St. David, where the various strains of cane is being grown and distributed to other locations for planting. They have been operating for a year and 9 months.
And we are monitoring their progress as we go. And we want to see how they perform at different locations. Generally in Grenada, from previous soil tests that was done, the soil in Grenada is, especially along the coastal area, it's very good for sugarcane. We are getting excellent growth. In fact, it's way past what the study would have indicated.
To date, close to 100 acres of cane had been planted in various locations. The ultimate goal is to have about 600 acres of cane planted by mid-2019.
We have about 29, close to 30 acres at Bacala. That's where we are right now. We are cleaning, presently we're doing some cleaning on the other side, which may give us about another 15 to 20 acres. We have just about 35 acres at Valentine, that's in St. Patrick. And we have the nursery, which is 14 acres at La Colombe. And we have another 25 acres at Hope in St. Andrews. Most of it, like I said, is along the ideas of the sugarcane.
The project is taking a careful and calculated approach to growing cane, from the climate to the soil type and the terrain of the lands. It's certainly not business as usual, all to ensure a quality product that is rich in taste and texture. A survey was conducted prior to the launch of the company to find out if the country could handle a project of its magnitude. When the results were positive, an implementation survey was done as well as soil tests.
But we want to empower farmers. That's what I do in Scotland. That's what I do in Ireland. What we want to do is encourage farmers by making it worth their while to grow cane, showing them how to do it, We've got the machinery that we can use. We've got the varieties that we've cultivated over this last 3 years.
That is Mark Rainier, investor behind the Cane Co. and Renegade Rum Distillery project. He's in Grenada on one of his regular trips to check up on the project, make connections with local farmers and landowners. He is calling on persons to get on board. The cane will be provided and farmers or landowners will be compensated monetarily.
This whole project is a new look at growing cane. I'm not interested in how people have done it elsewhere. I'm not interested in what methods they use or whatever. We're looking at this completely fresh. So I don't want to be influenced by what other people do. So we're looking at it anew. So we've got 7 ideally suited varieties which we have tissue cultured. We've gone to those lengths. To make sure it's hygienic and it's clean, and so at least we're starting with that clean sheet.
Lands have already been leased in Hope, Bacolet and River Entwine, among others, bringing it back into cane production. It is not the company's objective to buy lands, but to work with farmers. One of the farmers who have come on board is Jeremiah from Plains St. Patrick. He owns acres of land and is working along with Cane Co. to bring it into cane production.
And when I heard about this Cane Co. company, I was kind of enthused, knowing that at least this land up here can be revived and put under heavy production with sugarcane. I saw something on the television. I think Cane Co. company and people have been talking about it, and I inquire. I know BJ very well. I called BJ and then I say, actually, I happened to call the right man because he was right in the heart of all things. So, and then he says he himself was actually happy I was actually getting involved in that level of agricultural production.
Some 60 persons have been employed to farm the ground, some of whom are gaining useful skills and experience on the job. State of Affairs heard their story.
Well, I've learned how to deal with the cane, how to handle the product properly. I've learned how to use a cutlass, which most of us don't know how to use. I've learned how to plant cane, like cover the cane, like use a fork and stuff. And I've learned how to deal with people in different moods and how to deal with the different weather changes.
I've learned how to plant it. There are a couple inches, you have to plant it a certain inches apart. The beds have to be a certain, about 18 centimeters or so apart. I can't remember the specific numbers right now. And then again, like I said, I have learned the type of disease that the cane can get. I've know what chemical, I've learned what chemical to treat it with. The growth of the cane, right? So I've learned that.
Yeah, the training would have been like on the job. There are a couple of them who had experience in cane before. They would be children of parents who had cane prior to the decline of the industry in Grenada. So some of them are back, and some new ones who would be exposed to cane for the very first time as a result of this project.
I'm very happy that your company, Cane Co., actually came to this land to get farmers like myself and to get other farmers involved. It's like a ray of hope and a ray of light has been shown up in Grenada one more time, where the place can be put under heavy agricultural production with respect to cane.
All this fuss about locations, strains of cane, climatic conditions, soil type and handling of the cane is to ensure a premium product, one that will sit amongst the best on the world market.
Now this isn't sort of bush rum we're doing. We're challenging the top spirits of the world. I say to our guys, it's single malt rum. We're going right to the top. And this will be, I sincerely hope, around the world in all the best places.
All the workers involved are pleased to be part of the Cane Co. project and are already testifying of the immense benefits it has and will continue to bring to the country.
It's something new that's come on stream here like just a year ago. So I feel excited about it because as a young individual, it is something not everybody or every young person would want to get involved in. I believe that it would be beneficial to the country, even though it is owned by foreign investors. But there are Grenadians or a particular Grenadian who is a shareholder in the business, and it produces a form of employment to some people, and we learn different things as workers. Some of us may not have known different varieties of cane or how to handle cane. So I believe it's a good one for Grenada.
Out of Grenada, I think it's a very great idea. It generates employment, and it boosts the agriculture sector. Also, it boosts the economy. Right? Agriculture was kind of down, being only just nutmeg and cocoa. Cane has kind of gone out of existence for a number of years. So bringing it back, it's a really great idea.
Reporting from Hope, I am Abigail McIntyre for State of Affairs.
Inmates at Her Majesty's Prison is finding hope behind bars as they are learning valuable skills and receiving training that will equip them to live productive lives when reintegrated into society. All of this in an effort by the authorities to reduce incidences of repeat offenders. Wendy Edmond has more.
As an inmate here, I have learned quite a lot. I've seen things that one would have not really able to decipher outside of the prison. I think generally prisoners, they spend the time, and some of them are well rehabilitated while others may not be inclined to do so, because there are other programs need to be put in place, and so in terms of avoiding that kind of behavioral pattern, and so to repeat their time in the prison, But for internally, the prison itself, I would say that they have some good programs. I think management is striving for betterment, and it's tough. It's not easy to run a prison.
There are a lot of different things you can do here, like we will be able to work the oven, mix flour, and it could help you like when you go outside to be on a more positive side of life, to get a work, so you could open your own little business or so for yourself, and encourage others to see what you have done in prison. Okay, they could take your part and follow it and stay outside and be a very good citizen of Grenada, and empower other people to do good.
The rehabilitation program has been benefiting me in ways that helping me prepare myself for when I re-enter society, which is pretty soon. My time here has, I say, it's been well spent, because the whole of Grenada know what I'm here for, and the idea is so when I go back out in society to live a productive life, look after my family and myself, and do my best not to ever come back in this place again, because being in prison has certainly changed my life in ways that it's hard to explain, but I know for myself I have made changes. Other officers here could attest to that. The type of person that I have come here as, there's a complete turnaround in my life. Rehabilitation program in jail may not be as much as we like, but as an individual, I am self-motivated. So whatever little rehabilitation program there is, I try my best to fit in myself to take full advantage of it.
The voices of inmates at Her Majesty's Prison who is finding hope behind bars. Life can hit you several blows at once, which can cause you to lose self-control and end up in conflict with the law. When this happens, the law takes its course and you run the risk of going to prison. But if you're serious about improving who you are and finding better ways to respond to your problems, rehabilitation behind the bars can be a first step to empowering you and refocusing your life ahead of re-entering the real world. At the Richmond Hill Prison, inmates are given an opportunity to correct their wrongs by building better selves. The facility now offers several skills training and academic programs, as well as rehabilitation sessions, all for the sole reason of ensuring they are not repeat offenders.
The academic and the skills training, the CXC, the school leaving, and the Project Reach. Project Reach is a skills training program that we have in conjunction with the Ministry of Youth. And some of the inmates, they receive their CVQs in small engine repairs, poultry, rearing, electrical installation, and small engineering. Yes, those were the areas. Because part of what we are interested in is when inmates come here, is for them to end up leaving here with a skill. And that's what we are doing, because many times when they leave with a skill, based on our own experience, we realize that they do not come back.
While these programs seek to enhance the well-being of the inmates, it also serves as an income generator for the operations of the facility. Poultry farming, crop cultivation, both at the prison and the Mardi Gras farms, electrical installation, building construction, and the bakery serves as the key areas of income generation. Alistair Stanislaus, an inmate in charge of the poultry farm, gave us an inside look of the farm.
I've been on the farm for the last 5 years, working along with Mr. Pierre and the other officer who used to be here before, Mr. Bruffett. When I came, they used to do the poultry production was a bit less, but since I came out on the farm, I mean, with my expertise, they have decided to increase their production, which is pretty good, because now the prison is producing a lot of eggs and a lot of broiler meat, what we used to consume on the inside of the prison. Currently, the capacity of birds we have at the prison, the layers, we have 2,500, and the broilers, we presently have 1,200. We have a capacity for 5,000 layers and 3,000 broilers, which I would still love to see the prison increase more than that, because they have the labor force. So if you have the labor force, you might as well invest and have the prison producing a lot more chickens for government institution, especially school feeding program, and start doing mass production, because mass production would always bring down the cost of what comes out in the end.
The bakery industry is said to be the highest revenue income earner at the facility.
The bakery open at least 3:30 every morning, and we have approximately 18 inmates that work in the bakery. We begin by baking the bread. In fact, we use the mixer, and that mixer is basically a very old mixer. So we use that mixer for mixing the dough. After mixing the dough now, we weigh the dough based on the type of bread that we are making. After we weigh out all our dough, we roll the bread and so on, we put it to rise, and after rising and so on, we put it into the oven. Well, basically the timing of the oven is what type of bread we want to make.
Based on what you do here and the entire production, do you see inmates taking this out to their career after coming from here?
Of course, because we have inmates that left the prison, and when they went out, they work in other bakery, and some of them open their own business.
The government, through its youth development program and the Ministry of Education, plays an integral role in the implementation of these programs, and recently conducted a graduation ceremony where 21 inmates received a certification from the National Training Agency and CXC O-level passes. Principal at the institution, Leon Cornwall, says no one inmate should leave the prison walls without achieving any form of education.
In the academic stream, the program caters for inmates at 3 different levels of academic development, namely basic literacy and numeracy, school leaving, and the CXC. In our efforts to elevate the academic level of the inmates, we have been greatly assisted by 2 ministries, namely the Ministry of Education, in particular the Examinations Unit and the School Supplies Unit. And secondly, the Ministry of Youth, in providing us with 4 Imani teachers during the period under review.
Superintendent Rupert Nichols at Her Majesty's Prison says it is important that the public is educated as to the operations at the facility, since it alleviates incidences of repeat offenders.
The population is reached the lowest ever in 4 years, and it came down to 410. The highest population being 523 in 2014. So as Mr. Stroud pointed out, the rehabilitation program, especially the skills component, is very, very good for the prison. And as was asked, the questioner was asked whether it is mandatory or the inmates would have to volunteer. In the past, we had inmates volunteering, but because we see the success of the program that is being run, both academically and on the skill component, we have plans to make it mandatory that when inmates enter the institution, they are assessed and placed in the area that we see that they could help them, make them better individuals to fit back into society.
Social worker at the Richmond Hill Prison, Christopher Stroud, believes that the programs are assisting in the reformation of these offenders. He indicated that there has been a decline in the population there.
And what we find is that most of the inmates who are involved in these programs, they do not return. So whereas in the general population, persons who are not involved in a program, any other programs at all, about 75% of them return. Whereas those who have received the skills and involved in other aspects of the components of the rehab program, about maybe 20% of them return.
With every correctional facility comes the issue of maximum security. At the Richmond Hill Prison, a new upgraded security system has been installed.
Anyone entering the prison must enter the security building. Whether by officers or inmates alike, they all have to enter here. Now, we have 3 different security checks here. We have the X-ray machine, whereby the personal effects will pass through the X-ray room, will be X-rayed. And we also have the walk-through scanner. And then we also have the handheld metal detector, whereby the person give you a rub-down check with the metal detector. Since after we install this security room, we have great success in the prison in terms of alleviating some of the contraband items coming into the prison. So I can say we are moving forward. This is some of the things that we upgrade to, and we're looking forward for more things. The cameras, we have more cameras to install, but thus far, this is how far we reach as putting into our security system at the prison.
Overall, it's plain to see that the officers and managers at Her Majesty's Prison is doing all in their power to ensure a safe and conducive society by reducing the number of return offenders. They are doing this through programs like those instituted by the Ministry of Youth that provides skill training and development and counseling. It's not an easy task, but one that the authorities are willing and ready to tackle head on. For State of Affairs, I am Wendy Edmund. Prime Minister says problems at gravel and concrete must be solved. Details to this story and more in the national reports. Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell says it is time for less talk and more action to solve the problems at Gravel and Concrete Emulsion Production Corporation. During a meeting on Wednesday with staff of the Ministry of Infrastructure Development, Public Utilities, Energy, Transport and Implementation, Dr. Mitchell said if they are not going the route of public-private partnership, they still need to do something about the present status of the corporation.
We cannot leave the institution as it is. In other words, if we don't have the money to buy the equipment to be able to take advantage of the tremendous amount of infrastructure, then it seems to me we have to raise the money somehow. So either we get the PPP going, or we find the money to empower the institution. But as it is right now, we're in no man's land. And that situation is not good for us. The workers are complaining. They're not happy.
Grenada has become the first country in the Caribbean to use a high-resolution and high-accuracy data as part of efforts to reduce the vulnerability to natural hazards and build resilience to climate change impacts. Late last year, government started the process of upgrading the topographical data and mapping of the tri-island state, and the data was symbolically handed over to Agriculture Minister Honourable Yolande Bain Hosford on Wednesday during the official launch of the LIDAR bathymetric topographical data. Through the Regional Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, which is funded by the World Bank and the Climate Investment Fund, the government hired the firm Forgro of France to conduct the topographical survey. Trevor Thompson, the land use officer in the Ministry of Agriculture, says part of the project will entail documenting aerial data of Grenada from the early 1900s so that they can monitor land use patterns over the years. He says they will now be able to work with Cadastral Valuation Department in the Ministry of Finance to begin to map land parcels.
This will complement what the work that is being done with the land policy, where the issue of title to lands and the challenges people have, the issue of people moving boundaries, etc. All of these things would now be more easily addressed going forward. Hopefully, one of the things we will quickly develop is a data sharing agreement where anyone who wants to use the data will have access to the data, whether online or will have to come to the office to get a copy of that particular area they're interested in. Within that data sharing agreement will also be restrictive rights, because government has the rights. So you can utilize it for your purpose, but you cannot sell it.
Minister with responsibility for disaster management, Senator Winston Garraway, says government wants to ensure that Grenada remains a resilient country, and to do so, they must be able to make informed decisions.
This tool has given us the ability to know the facts. But critical in this, knowing the facts, is being able to, yes, store the data and being able to present data when it is required. And I think that's one of the drawbacks we have had over the years. We have not been able to store data properly and share them when it is required. So gone are the days when I work in my silo and I have my data because it is beneficial to my department. What this is pushing us into, to have a central, if it's a central location where we store all data, and this become the repository. So persons, ministries, individuals, all stakeholders can come, extract data, and make decisions that will benefit all of us.
Now that the process of data collection has ended, stakeholder agencies are moving to using the information to guide the process of mitigation.
Natural hazard mitigation is a very important application that relies on accurate terrain data, because on these half-meter resolution terrain data that is now available for the entire island, including Petit Martinique and Carriacou, you can perform flood simulations, runoff simulations, indicating exactly where flood risks exist and where the critical points are, where the mitigation can start. Protective measures can be implemented, be it by building infrastructure, actual dams or something like that, or planning measures, making sure we don't settle in areas that are prone to flooding.
Consultant and advisor to the Technical Working Group for the Data Collection Campaign. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Teenage single mom, child is hard to mind. Deadbeat fathers just make me sick. Let's do something to get rid of this problem quick.
Yes, this is me, Rootsman Kelly, 2017 Calypso Monarch of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. I'm inviting you, everyone, come down to Spice Mass 2018 and enjoy yourself with me. Remember, you will be enjoying the Jab Jab, Traditional Mass, Juve, Soca Monarch, and of course, the March Gras 2018 will be the best ever.
No, 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 no. Kill it, man. Deluxe Cinema. You always ice me on your shoulder.
Wondering about this new kid on the block.
Youth man learn, me say youth man learn. Youth man, you will get your turn.
Come down to Grenada and enjoy yourself.
Plastic rice, plastic cheese and plastic corn.
Welcome back. Plans are in train to place wardens in the city to help control parking. That's according to Honorable Gregory Bowen, Minister for Infrastructure Development, Public Utilities, Energy, Transport and Implementation. He says they have met with police and they have made requests for wardens to control parking in the town.
They will not be full police person, but they have the authority to move you and you pay the fine. And as what one magistrate used to say, when do I pay, Your Honor? Now! You see, traffic is so important that the police and the public are very disturbed.
Minister Bowen also spoke to continued efforts to remove roadside garages and ensuring that people working late night shifts have access to transportation after work.
We started with tourism. When P.S. Thompson reported, he said tourism, not only tourism, nurses, this, that. That's why people are so interested in traffic. Not only the parking, but the transportation to get it from one place to the other after a certain amount of hours.
The National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, Carriacou branch continues its preparation for the 2018 hurricane season. NADMA's headquarters, which is located in Bel-Air, Carriacou, will soon have an added component to store its amenities, which will aid in the event of a disaster. During a recent visit to the Sister Isles, Minister with responsibility for disaster management, Honorable Winston Garwe, was updated by disaster officials on their level of preparedness, now that we are in the season.
In almost everything, there would be some area of you think that you need to work on, and Carriacou is no exception. So yes, the shelter inspection team would have done the work, inspected the shelters and given approval. So that's what I could say. We have some 9 shelters altogether in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. The work for that has been completed. Now it's the staff or those persons who are responsible for the shelters to be mobilized if there is a need. But all in all, yes, we are ready to take care of whatever needs to be done should there be the need to respond to the threat of a hurricane.
Minister for Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, Honorable Kendra Matthew Stewart, says it is important that the organization be equipped with the necessary resources in the event of a disaster.
The purpose of today's visit was essentially to meet with the staff and, of course, the members of the district committee to determine and to decide how prepared we are in the event of a disaster. As you know, we are in the hurricane season, and this season is predicted to be a very active season. And so his visit today is timely, and I am happy with the state of our preparedness. Of course, we are not at the level we should be, but I believe that with the coming days and months and weeks ahead, that we will be fully ready should a disaster strike.
Carriacou and Petit Martinique have 9 known hurricane shelters. And that's a wrap on the National Report for today, Wednesday, June 27th, 2018. On behalf of all of us at the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for viewing.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.